All right, green-red monsters. This is a deck that we played a couple different iterations of as far as Rhythm of the Wild are concerned. There's a variety of top end that you can play in this archetype with the different configurations that we've played. Two cards that I'm a huge fan of playing in the top end of this deck are Rekindling Phoenix. I think not playing 4 of this card in the main deck is a mistake. I think this card's not only good at playing defense on occasion because it can block and then come back, but the fact that like decks like this can gum up the ground and then have a card like this to go over the top while the ground stays gummed up is important. The second card that I really enjoy is Ravager Wurm. Ravager Wurm is a card that I was a little bit down at the start, but this card's super flexible. It's like a removal spell that you can find with Vivien Reid. It also has random utility in killing things like Azcanta or the Flip to Donna's Climb. So, there's only one worm in this 75. I think I'm going to put another worm in the 75. Let's split Carnage T and Worm here. Whoop, did I just import by mistake? I totally did. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's pop into some matches and see how it goes. Get a little smashy. One thing I'm not 100% sure on that we're definitely going to want to like think about is I'm not sure if 3 Rhythm in the main deck is strictly correct. While Rhythm's very good against decks like Esper and Jeskai Control, it's a little bit medium in some of the more mid-range matchups in the format. Memekin is a play on words, so a meme deck in general is a deck that's doing something like kind of silly or wacky, and the Steamkin deck does that. The mono-red Memekin deck does that by like playing a bunch of spells in the turn with the Steamkin counters, and then the kin comes from the last part of Steamkin's name. Mulligan, a kind of medium 7 into the old unkeepable 6. Just magic things. This hand is terrible, but we're going to keep it. Do you have a tutorial on the import-export mechanics you're using? It literally just goes to and from your clipboard. So if you go to a website like my own, like jeffhoagland.com, and you click standard decks, and you click the arena export button, you're going to go ahead and find one. It'll copy it to your clipboard, and then you click import, and it brings it in. Is Gates a control deck? Gates is a big mana deck. Does Quip have an advantage over others in your opinion? Quip's price point is a lot better than a lot of other electric toothbrushes, and it's also more compact. So it's less cumbersome and good for travel too. Although I use mine at home. But unlike like when I had a bulkier, this was a very good draw. When I had a bulkier electronic toothbrush, I usually didn't travel with it, but I do with the Quip now. As a heads up, Recon Bravo team, Prime subs and Tier 1 subs do not get to bump something in the queue automatically. That's only for the Tier 2 and Tier 3s. But I think of Mono Blue winning the Open, I think it's one of the, you know, handful of decks that's really great in this format. How much do you buy into the Never Mulligan past 5? Everything's situational. Anybody giving you a lot of ultimatums in Magic, like, hasn't come across enough situations usually. Looks like red-black mid-range. There was a red-black mid-range that made the top 4 of, or top 8 of the Open. Was it top 4? I thought it was top 8. I thought it lost to Simic in the quarters. I'm not going to attack with Kroll Harpooner here because if they trade for the Rixmatty, they're not really trading because the Midnight Reaper lets us draw a card. Mulligan cards get reshuffled into the deck. I'm going to go ahead and pass here and probably end step Colossus or Collision this. So hopefully we can untap and play Vivien Reid. Blocks here. Again, don't really want to trade my creature for their 2/2 and let them draw a card. The stream title is updated. It doesn't always update on the client side. killing my 2/2. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. They get to draw a card here, lose life. Land. Well, I guess, like, all things considered, that was a pretty good one to draw. And now, like, if they want to trade these, I'm okay with that. All of my past Twitch VODs are subscriber only, because if you'd like to rewatch my videos, I'd prefer if you go to my website, jeffhoagland.com, or go to my YouTube channel to watch. So, I take the time to cut everything up by deck in both those places. I like the line from my opponent here of being aggressive and killing my Llanowar Elves, since they know I have the Vivien Reid and I've been missing my 4th land drop. Seems like a pretty good use of that. Keep me off tempo, basically. They know I have Vivien because they had it with the Kite Sail freebooter. There are not 4 Lava Coils in this deck. All right, we're gonna fix that after this. I should have checked that. Not having 4 Lava Coils in a deck like this, I think, is a huge mistake. The card's real good. You know, that many non-creatures. Nullhide Ferox seems great here. Awesome, Sereth. Yeah, the energy folks do good stuff for sure. Would a deck like this profit from splashing blue for Crisis? I don't think so. I feel like the top end that we have is like plenty a lot of the time. Domri is basically never better than Vivien. In fact, this Domri should probably be a 3rd Vivien. My general consensus on Domri has been... My general consensus on Domri has been, Domri is better than your 4th Vivien, but almost never better than your first 3. Hey, what's going on, Hurley? Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. The Altarist herself. Yikes. I'm gonna keep this. If we hit a green source, if we hit a red source, we get to, like, play Magic. Do I have a preferred Sultai list, like Sultai mid-range? No, not really. Perfect. It's almost lunchtime, chat. Or around here, snack time. Sweet. Lava Coil target there. That. Thanks for the YouTube content. I also got Dovin as a card reward yesterday. Already had 4. Woof. What was I gonna say? I maybe should have just made this a 4/4 and attacked this turn, because then I could have held Lava Coil plus playing the other one next turn. That sequencing is probably better. It is approximately noon. Hey, RJ, thanks for checking out Quip. I appreciate it.
Ever seen water burn?
All right, let's clean up a couple of the details here. I think I'm going to slide these rhythms into the board, get rid of the 3rd one. I'm going to cut Domri. I'm going to go up a Vivien. I think Harpooner's probably too cute, and I just want more Incubation Druids to ramp consistently. Collision Colossus is fine. Probably want an extra Lava Coil on the board. I've got 2 more main deck slots. Honestly, I don't hate just like having Deathgorge Scavenger in the main deck. This card's probably pretty reasonable a lot of places. It gains us a little bit of life against aggro. And, like, exiles graveyards against the Phoenix deck. Or the Drake stack. Not at length, Endo. The TLDR is I don't know. I'm going to be writing about the climb decks this week. And I'm going to be talking about the different ways in which you can build them. Yeah, exiling from Sultai is also fine. I think this is probably okay. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to leave the collisions in the sideboard. And I'm going to main deck the Lava Coils. There's enough aggro in the format right now that I think the Lava Coil is probably a little bit more flexible. Maybe I just want all 4 of them in the main. Just do this. I'm going to do that. Hey, I love the system you've made here, and I can pop in and out. Always feels like I have something to watch. Well, thanks, NC. Yeah, the variety is definitely good, right? I know a lot of people tend to channel surf even on Twitch, so having our content kind of rotate through lets people like pop in and pop out for the things that they prefer. Which Lucid headset do I use? It is their base, whatever their base cheapest one is, I believe. I think it's, the MSRP is 80, and there's 30% off. I don't have the box lying around, do I? I think it's like something 25. I should probably know that. Doesn't have it written down. I have a command. Yeah, the LS25, it's the red one. LS25, look at that, I remembered the number. LS25 is in fact. Yeah, it's like channel surfing when we swap decks, basically. Yeah, I think it's worth being aggressive there with the Spellbreaker. I don't know. It depends on, like if they untap and just, like, Lava Coil my Spellbreaker, I'm very happy to have hit them for 3, right? Alright, they took the bait. I'm jamming this deck and jamming this deck in Arena and having a great time still crafting mana bases to a few mythics. Yeah, they are. Thanks for being here watching today. Just literally Mal. Ooh, that's a good one. This is like a free attack into a free decision for them. They might not block if they're worried about another worm. I like calling me here. The chance of me having a second worm are like pretty low. I'm gonna just windmill this Carnage Tyrant. Now, I think I'd rather take the Phoenix off the table here. Them getting 2 Phoenixes into play would be real bad for us. I need to just kill them. And, like, they're pretty likely to draw more lands as the game goes long, so I'd like to just, like, take their threats out of play so I can pressure them.
I have faced worse. I'll make use of that later.
So, like, now they can double block Carnage Tyrant. I think I just do this, fart this, play another one. I think I just pass here now. Like, I don't really want to trade Carnage Tyrant for 5 points of damage, and like now I'm set up where next turn I can go like fart this, smash for a lot.
The choices we make reveal who we are. Please run.
If I adapted the Incubation Druid and then used this to adapt this, I wouldn't have been able to play Growth Chamber Guardian out this turn. And I didn't want to leave the crab in my hand because they have Carnage in their hand. So I wanted to get my hand empty basically.
No fire, no steel.
Block 5, block 4, take 14. They're probably dead here, right? That was a good draw.
Every fight makes me stronger. Get that out of here.
No, that's not how the math works out, Watercat. We're not done on the backswing, right? They have a shock here. They just like have Carnival. I'm gonna decline getting a crab here because we'll probably lose it to this or this. So they're at 1. I don't think they're gonna kill us on the backswing here. So they have 4, 8, 11. I don't think we're dead here, and then Carnage Tyrant trampling probably means we went on the backswing. They can, like, kill a Growth Chamber Guardian with Angrath. They can make a blocker with Karn. But, like, they need to put 7 power in front of Carnage Tyrant while simultaneously blocking everything else that I have in play. Mobile when, hot guy, mobile when. So they need to get 7 points of damage out of 3 lands, which should be impossible. Yeah, Angrath takes my Growth Chamber Guardian, which lets them attack for 8 with Phoenix and Growth Chamber, but I'm at 15 here, so they should be dead. Or 5, sorry. Yeah, they need to get 6 points of damage. I guess they could have double Skewer here, or Skewer Lightning Strike. We could theoretically die here. It's pretty unlikely though, right? Nullhide Ferox sounds absurd. Extra Scavenger sounds good. Correct, yeah. Cannot target Carnage Tyrant because of Hexproof. Gruul Spellbreaker seems pretty mediocre here, just like does do a lot of removal. I think I'm actually going to trim a Vivien. She's awkward after Nullhide Ferox, and like she just gets pressured by Rekindling Phoenix in a way that's not great for us. This is not a Ghalta matchup, because I think a lot of the time they're going to have a lot of removal spells, so this is more for like the Gruul mirror matches against other decks that are just like putting a lot of creatures into play. How's Arena versus MTGO? Magic Arena is a video game that lets you play Magic the Gathering. Magic Online is a tabletop Magic emulator. Illuvator Brightstar, thank you for the 11 months. And thank you for the very generous tier 3. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Be sure to drop a deck submission through the forum on the website. Let me know what you'd like to see. So this is actually the best of all the hands we've looked at. That 6 just isn't good enough because not only does it have a lot of lands in it, but it doesn't have red mana. So that hand needed both lands and spells. Whereas this hand has pretty good spells in it. So if we just draw some lands, we might end up being okay. Derek, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome. Do I miss playing Magic Online? No, honestly, playing Magic Online feels a lot like a chore. I greatly prefer playing Arena to playing Magic Online. There is a reason why I do more Magic Arena and less Magic Online. Magic Online was acceptable when it was the only real option. Now that we have like an actual elegant video game to play, it's like tough to go back to Moto, which is why we only do 5 leagues a week there. Why would I replace Incubation Druid with another 2-drop? Incubation Druid ramps up for us. So kind of exactly what we're looking to do. I think Arena is going to take over MTGO completely. No, I'd be very surprised if Magic Arena ever brought older non-rotating formats. So like Legacy, Modern, stuff like that. I think those are going to continue to exist on Magic Online. And Magic Online is going to continue to exist for as long as it's profitable. Just wanted to be the cheerleader for once. Thanks for the biddies, Just James. I appreciate that. I agree. Arena is better than I ever thought Digital Magic could be. Land. That's unfortunate. So, I need to kill Spawn and Mayhem here. I can't just, like, sit here and take hits from it, so... How do you feel about this black-red variant versus Mardu Humans versus black-red Judith style deck? I haven't really played with the opponent's archetype. I guess we played a couple of things that are close. I don't know. I've always found black-red mid-range kind of middling. Like, its card advantage isn't great. It doesn't have ways to gain life. Like, it feels like it leaves a lot to be desired in a lot of different ways. Alright, they took the bait. They've already announced that there's going to be an Arena Modern format. It'll be introduced in the fall when rotation happens. So that's public knowledge. If we run off lands the next 2 turns, you get to curve like Nullhide Ferox into Ravager Wurm. We might run them out of this game. Deathgorge Scavenger punch the clock and go into work here. Chamber Guardian. Alright, do I want to trade here? I think I want to trade here. Listen, I get that there's a lot of other places online where you can, like, go in, and the Magic community especially really loves them some good FUD, some fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But this nonsense that, like, paper magic is going away, that's all that is. That's people scaremongering people into thinking that something that they love is going to change and be gone. Paper magic has always and likely will always be primarily driven by mostly casual players. I think competitive paper magic is going to transition into a lot of competitive magic is going to transition to digital, but paper magic as a whole is not going anywhere. Wait, why does the token flip on its head when it attacks? What was that? What was that? It like flipped over and headbutted me? Why does it headbutt? Why does it headbutt? I think unbanning Rampage Ferocitodon is just a net negative game theory principle for Wizards of the Coast. Either they unban Rampaging Ferocitodon and the format becomes bad and they have to unban it again, or they unban Rampaging Ferocitodon and it does nothing and it was silly to have unbanned it. So, like, I feel like the upside is small and the downside is huge, so unbanning it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, we've been a little bit unfortunate. We've got 24 lands in our deck. We're playing 8 mana creatures, so I'm gonna snap off this block here. I think the way we're positioned here, if we just like draw a land in the next 2 turns, we're probably gonna be a strong favorite. This one or the one that's on my site? I think I prefer the build on my site with more flying creatures in it. So notably, this build has Regisaur Alphas instead of Scrag and Hellkites, and I'm a pretty big fan of what the Hellkites do. I think having evasion is very valuable in this format. Well, opponent's flooding. If we hit a land, we're gonna have just a pack of dinos coming in. So next turn, I probably Regisaur, smash for 14, and the following turn, Regisaur again. They get to eat my 4/4 with the Rekindling Phoenix, but I'm kind of okay with that. Or not. I assume they drew a removal spell here. So we are dead to a removal spell here. Oh wait, they have to chump block, right? So we're not dead to a removal spell. Did they change that full on tilt? I'll make a note to contact my Tempo Storm rep. That's a Tempo Storm sponsor, so if the discount has changed or is wrong now. Don't order anything if it's only giving you 20%. Let me find out. I'll find out by tomorrow. Thanks for the heads up. Since I would have used another chump blocker. I don't know. Like, attacking with the Phoenix means I die to Shock off the top or Angrath, which is probably makes it wrong. Well, I guess I die to Angrath anyways, right? Because he steals the Phoenix. I do die to Shock. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. How does ranking in Mythic work? I can only assume Wizardry and Black Magic. Definitely just want to kill that one. Real happy I've got Lava Coil in the main. We're going to fire the People's Cannon tomorrow. I don't know. We did a Legacy deck today, so tomorrow's probably going to be Modern. I generally only do like one Legacy deck a week. I believe Stream Decker's updated. Did I forget to do it? Yeah, it's updated. We played Elves this morning. It was not very good. Spoilers. So, Gruul Spellbreaker leaves a lot to be desired in these mid-range matchups. Just like a 4-4 for 3 is not good enough. Nullhide Ferox towers over the competition, though, which is great. I think I just want, like, a Ghalta. I guess Deathgorge Scavenger isn't terrible. Because, like, they play Fine Finality. Yeah, maybe Deathgorge Scavenger is good. There was like 200 sub gifts this morning, maybe like 250. There were a lot. I think there's like 1,200 sub gifts or something silly on the channel right now. I actually don't know if Wizards would let me play. That's an interesting question. They definitely could say no. I don't plan to find out. I'd imagine they would. It's probably not worth the blowback if they didn't, but I'm like almost certainly not going to make the cut. Nobody's going to make the cut by accident. I just trim Regisaur here. Nah, I don't think so. I think Vivien's good enough in a matchup like this that you just don't cut her. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if a majority of the people who make it are like people sharing accounts. When are we going full pink? Sometime soon. Yeah, I might be greedy to keep Vivien here. Maybe I'm just supposed to bottom a land so I can try and curve this into this with my best possible chance. We'll probably get the pink hair figured out this weekend. Right on time, Llanowar Elves. I guess if I would have bottomed Vivien, I would have played Llanowar on one, huh? Which is like kind of a big deal. So I can put myself a bit behind here. Wow. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right. Let's get Vivien. You know I wanna play Vivien. Let's play on my land now. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Chucky with the $10 tip. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yet another hero shell. This time it's Naya tokens. Yep, sounds good. Thanks for the support. Get that added after I'm done today. That's actually really true. They could totally fudge it at the end of the season to do whatever they want. I wonder if I'm supposed to lead on Regisaur here, because it might be wrong to GM this first, just because they probably have a Contempt or a Counterspell.
You can't stop.
Nah, I'm not really big on Battle Royale games. Never got into the Fork Knife or whatever the kids are playing. I think I want to just fart these off. gonna go ahead and hold Growth Chamber Guardian back here to block. What's my favorite standard format ever? This one. This one is really good. You had 5k points, you do arm and leg here. I mean, I'm not that hairy. I don't know that you can paint, that you can dye hair, this little hair. I think they're playing mid-range. Looks like they're playing a mid-range deck. Hey, Ifrit of Water, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump with this. Keep my health a little high. I have 10. This is my 11th mana. Although I guess with 11 mana, I can do this next turn. No, I'm gonna keep my 11 mana. This is the channel for Mythic Magic. We are 669, chat. One of the better ranks, if I do say so myself. Onward, upward, backward, forward. My arm is delicious. I was actually scratching my mustache, but yeah, we were 600 something when we logged in this morning. We dropped over 100 ranks overnight. Build Blue-Black Pirates by itself, or was that a submission too? It was originally a submission. Try to bring in my dino beep beep. Hope no one wrecks in me. Our curve's been very solid this game. As far as hands that didn't have accelerants in them go, this curve was towards the top for sure. It is kind of scary that they have at least 5 spells in their hand. They have 6 spells in their hand. Definitely could use a bit more gas here. Probably getting absorbed. The fact that they took the hit last turn makes me feel like they have it absorbed here. Yeah. Three-color aggro deck, curving mostly up to 3 with 4 CMC cards. How many lands would you recommend? Probably somewhere in the 23 to 24 range.
We need to move quickly.
I'm building a new arena deck, which is definitely mana base. Definitely mana base. We're all done here. They've got a Teferi in play and 4 spells in hand. Cut all the Lava Coils. Yeah. I mean, this deck seems fine. The core of, like, this is like a monster style shell, I would refer to it as. Like, some accelerants and, like, some big beefies that hit reasonably hard. I think these decks are fine. I think I prefer the builds with more flyers. So, like, there's a Gruul Monsters deck on my website that has 4 Phoenix and 4 Scrag and Hellkite. What matchup do you play Ghalta? Ghalta is in the sideboard for the removal light matchup for the board where board stalls happen. So like green-red mirror matches. I conceded because my opponent had 4 spells in their hand and a Teferi in play, and they had double-digit health total. One of the best things you can learn to make your lettering experience better and just have more fun in general, in my opinion, is learning when the control deck effectively has you beat, even though your health total is still very far above 0. Control decks win the game long before they kill you in Magic. Do you not expect them to bring in Lyra here? I don't know. Oh, we're actually paired into the person we're playing against is Mythic 57. I think the Wurm is better because it's an aggressive threat. Maybe I should have Cindervines in my deck too. Please take my Ferox. I mean, Ferox is the card they want to take here, right? Like, they want to take a card that, like, cuts up my curve. And, like, this Ferox is hitting for at least 6, right? Like, even if they have a removal spell this turn, they're killing this, and then they're taking 7. So, like, we're hitting them down to at least 7 before they Kaya's Wrath us. They have to Mortify now because it'll have Hexproof on my turn. Jeff is obviously a happily married man. He recognizes when he should stop fighting and move on with his life. Well, man. After 1 year, I came for the Modern and Legacy, stayed because of your content. I do miss all the Modern, though. You know, I appreciate the 12 months of support, but if I'm being honest, I don't really miss playing Modern and Magic Online 12 hours a day. You do get a sword to go with the shield. Playing on Magic Online after playing a bunch of Arena feels like I'm playing Magic in mud, just like everything is going super slow. Yikes. Yikes. Wow! Why are you late? Why are you late? You're so late, Nullhide Ferox. Why are you late?
No time for a break.
Alright, he's got 2 thumbs and is conceding to Kaya's Wrath. This guy right here.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
I'm not done yet. We know, Teferi. We know. Who's the weasel? How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you are someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of that here, and we change decks every 60 to 90 minutes, so you get a lot of variety in the content. As always, a shout out to my wonderful subscribers out here. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thank you to all of them. Past my subs, I'd like to give a shout out to some of my sponsors as well. Quip provides wonderful electronic toothbrushes. If you check out bit.ly/HugoQuip, you can get your first refill through them complimentary on the house. They do a service where they send you new brush heads and batteries and toothpaste every 3 months. Also, as a special promotion with Quip, if you check out and buy something through Quip and you sign in with your Twitch account using my link, I will let you bump something in my deck queue by 25 points. Hurly Burly Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. Using code Jeff10 at hurlyburlystudio.com, you could save 10% on all of your orders there with them. They do border extensions like these beautiful basic lands that I have, as well as full art replacements. Happy Monday to you too, Hurly. Cardshare.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, inkedgaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of stuff that they have on their website. Just to plug Hurly for a second more, she linked this in our Discord. This is a border extension on a foil Noble Hierarch that she did that looks sweet. This is on her Instagram. So if you want to see that and some other great stuff that she's done, feel free to give that a click. Let's go ahead and dive back into some more arena here. And good stuff for sure. And like I said, if you want to see more of her stuff, check out the hurlyburlystudio.com as well as that Instagram page there. Love to play first. Yeah, it seems great. Turn 1. You don't register Llanowar Elves to not play it. Turn 1 on the play. And then I think we probably just play this and attack for 1. Like, I could play a Shockland tapped and like not attack for 1, but turn 1 Hallowed Fountain probably means we're racing against an Esper deck. Yep. What's the official ruling on card alters and paper? The official ruling is that the head judge has all final say and they can disqualify an altar for any reason, but most head judges will allow you to play a card so long as the thickness isn't different than other Magic cards in your deck and their original artwork and name isn't obscured. But again, head judges have all final say. No, I have zero intention of grinding to try and hit the top spots of Mythic. My wallet doesn't like what I see. Beep, beep. Driving in my dinosaur, beep beep. Trigger. So, Nexus of Fate is what we like to refer to as an embarrassment proxy around these parts. The cardstock, Wizards of the Coast has major cardstock quality issues with some of their foils, and Nexus of Fate in paper only comes in foil. So people are allowed to use official proxies for just Nexus of Fate because non-marked versions of Nexus of Fate basically don't exist. Alright, they are digging for that Kaya's Wrath. Alright, let's just try and kill them this turn. Do I want Cindervines in this matchup? I think maybe not boarding in Cindervines last time was wrong. I think that was... I definitely don't want the Lava Coils. I don't think I want Scavengers. What do I want to trim if I want to fit... If I want to fit Cindervines in? Is it Incubation Druid? I think it might just be Incubation Druid. Just like play more steadily up the curve. Is Ravager Wurm the cut? I guess this does kill Search in a similar way. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's trim Worm. I just like Spellbreaker as a 3/3 with haste. I I like Settle the Wreckage isn't super common in these Esper decks, but just like a 3/3 with haste is pretty reasonable in this matchup. This curve is great. Hopefully we hit a red source so we can just like curve Cindervines, Spellbreaker, Rekindling Phoenix. Hey, Dark Knight, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Yeah, once you have 4 copies of Persistent Petitioners in your collection, you can just add any number of them to your deck. Remember when Magic didn't have Mythics? What do we do against Hostage Shaker without Wurm or Coil? Cry silently. The game theory perspective is that you will on average lose more games to having Lava Coil in your deck in a matchup like this than you're gonna lose because they had Hostage Taker and you didn't have Lava Coil. When did Magic first start having Mythics? Was it Zendikar? I think it was Zendikar or somewhere thereabouts. I'm actually not 100% anymore. It was definitely before Innistrad. It wasn't Lorwyn. Lorwyn had Planeswalkers printed at Rare. Dodos! Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Alara. Alara sounds right. I would buy Alara. Play one more here with Gruul Monsters before we move on to some Teamer Carnage. Alara block. There you go. Yeah, Lorwyn was Planeswalkers, but the Planeswalkers were rare in Lorwyn because Mythic didn't exist yet. Teamer Dragons was a little bit medium. The Teamer Carnage deck is a similar idea, so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm getting rid of that, looking for lands here, lands and ramp creatures. Awesome, Dimstar. Yeah, one of my, so like, the sponsors that scroll on this banner here are all things that like I personally validate and test before I pick them up as sponsors. So like Quip sent me one of their brushes, and one of my buddies actually said he'd been using them for like close to 2 years or something like that. I was glad to hear that he liked them as well. So during the morning, arguing about people whether best of one was real Magic. It's amazing how committed people are to dump on best of one just because they don't like it. Yeah, I agree, Josu. Honestly, one of my favorite things about playing less Modern on stream these days is that I feel less obligated and invested in the conversations people have about the Modern ban list. Like, watching the Modern ban list just like sit there and never change as someone who's not playing much Modern anymore is just like, you know, it's kind of funny, right? Like, it used to really upset me that like Modern was super linear and degenerate, but now it's just like, well, it's just that linear degenerate thing we do every once in a while. It's like not that big of a deal. And when I'm playing a lot of Modern, I wanted it to be really fair. But now that like we have a good standard format to play, it's just kind of like, well, you know, Modern's that format we go play when we want to die on turn 3 on occasion. Yep. And because my deck doesn't have discard spells or counter spells in it, the only way to get through my opponent's counters here is to just play into them. So, just slow and steady, just keep attacking. Did I play in a live tournament this weekend? I did not. 3 meter, okay. You talk a bit about the reasons behind choosing the Riot mode on Spellbreaker. It varies a lot. It's super situational, depending on like what deck you're playing against, what other cards you have, what cards you're expecting them to have, what you're playing around. Yeah, it looks like they're playing Bant Flash. Most of the cards they've played so far have all been in the Bant Flash deck. Wonder if they're gonna bounce this or just block it. So I think I'm actually gonna Vivien and down tick the Dream Eater here. They can adapt Incubation Druid, kill Vivien next turn, but if they do that, I get to untap and play Regisaur, which is very good. Oh, the auto tapper got him. You gotta be real careful with that. Gotta be real careful with that. Yikes.
Meet my newest friend.
Alright, so do I jam the Worm into a Syncopate/Quench? They've already played 2 Syncopates. I think I just jammed the Worm. I think it's Syncopated and hate myself here, aren't I? So my opponent's sequencing here is a little bit medium. They definitely should have waited until I targeted their thing. They're probably in trouble regardless, but I would have put this in as a 5/6 trying to fight their other thing. Do I just want Nullhide Ferox as a way to just, like, dump into them? I think so. Just, like, play a fatty boom. I definitely want Rhythm of the Wild. I think I'm actually going to trim this just because it's a little bit expensive against their Syncopate deck. Let's give this a go and see how it feels. Something that I haven't plugged today that's for a friend. If you have seen my buddy Matt, who's come around to heckle my streams on occasion, he hasn't been around too much the last few months, but he was here the other day on Friday. He's actually going to be streaming Magic Arena regularly starting this afternoon. So in the afternoons when I sign off, I'll be hosting him most days. We played Red-Black Pirates, and I wasn't super impressed with it this season. We did play Blue-Black Pirates. I think that's still very reasonable. ESDI, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for shipping your Beza bucks this way this month. Gosh, this hand's a turn 1 green source away from being the nut draw. What's his stream link? I think his command has the NRG link in it. I should update the Matt command. This is his stream link, and I'll be hosting him when I'm done today. Alright, I think I'm actually supposed to jam Rhythm of the Wilds here while their counter spells are down, because this means the rest of my creature gonna resolve, right? While, like, resolving Rekindling Phoenix this turn would feel good, getting this down ASAP is important. If they don't have a way to kill this, we're gonna run them over very quickly. Is Matt my employee now? No. Hey, Neck Bearded Drago, thank you very much for checking out the sponsor there. Hope you enjoy your quip. Alright, I'm going to play around Syncopate since they showed us they have a bunch of copies of that card and play the Ferox out this turn. Matt's a franchisee. Giving us pause, using the term Bezo Bucks? Nah. I think Bezo Bucks is appropriately cheeky.
I know my responsibility. Let's skip to the good part.
Hey, Coma Cake, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate it. Get you a sword to go with that shield, Salwe. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. The kid Joey, STG Dallas was fun, especially when your friend wins the whole thing. Nice, congrats. And thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. If we don't get Cleansing Nova here, we should be in a pretty okay spot. Next turn, I'll be able to play Spellbreaker pre-combat to, like, make their Settle the Wreckage awkward. We got Carnage Tyrant here to pressure Teferi nicely.
Keep up the pace.
If we can just looking to dodge Cleansing Nova at this point. Which, I guess, even if they Cleansing Nova us, they probably don't have Nova with Deputy of Detention in their deck, huh? So, these attacks let them put Deputy in front of Carnage Tyrant to save Teferi, but that gives me back Rhythm of the Wild, so I think I'm okay with that. Angel of Grace is incredibly annoying here. Alright, I think we're actually ahead. Especially with this Rekindling Phoenix to add to the mix. Esper Control is definitely the most popular, but I don't understand why. I personally prefer Jeskai just because the closing power of Niv Mizzet is kind of unparalleled. I'm a big fan of decks that can end the game. I think I should have left back the Spellbreaker last turn in the face of an Angel. I think I just attack with these two. I think we're probably going to be in a position to beat one Settle the Wreckage, but the second's probably going to be too much. March of the Multitudes. Interesting. So this is going to give them the ability to trade with Carnage Tyrant. I also assume I'm going to read this spell to mean that they don't have Settle the Wreckage. I'm definitely not playing around Cleansing Nova with their Deputy of Detention in play. What's the new sub goal? We don't have any extra goals. I'm just leaving the goal counter up there because Past Jeff opened his mouth and said he would keep his hair pink until we dropped below 4,000 sub points again. So we'll be getting it dyed this weekend, then it will stay pink as long as we stay above 4K. Snapbolt Snap with the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yikes, that is good. That's a sweet piece of technology. How does my wife feel about pink hair? Christy likes money. Anything that's not, like, permanently maiming me, she's, like, pretty okay with. What stupid thing do they want you to do? Alright, fine. It's not, as long as it's not, like, permanent physical damage, she's okay with it. Yeah, for sure. And, like, I'm not gonna, like, go dye my hair back if we drop below 4K sub points. I'm just not going to go get upkeep done if we drop below 4K sub points. So I'll just let it fade out and get cut off if we drop below that. And I expect to drop below that. We're at an absurd high right now. These stupid angels, they only have 2 left. I'm not playing around an angel, let's just attack. Take some headshots? Yeah, probably. Never underestimate chat's ability to spend money for your discomfort / embarrassment. Fair. To be fair, the 4,400 goal was I don't think we're gonna make this goal, and I was very wrong. Oh, SCTR. As turns out, SCTR is a lunatic. He is one of the folks on the new sub banner. 392 is the number. Yep, yeah, it's all gonna be pink. I forgot to adapt this. It's not a big deal. They are dead. They are dead. Consider cutting Cindervines. If you really wanted to beat explicitly control, I think Banefires, let's talk about that. So someone asked about Banefire in the sideboard. If you really want to beat explicitly control with this archetype, I think Banefire is a great inclusion for doing that. That being said, I don't think this archetype is that bad against control. So I think I wouldn't play that card. I actually kind of liked this build. I think this build, Nuba Kane with the brand new Prime Sport. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. The big difference between this build of Gruul and the build of Gruul that's on my website is that this build's playing Regisaur Alpha over Scraggan Hellkite. Hellkite's much better against mono blue Drakes in the mid-range matchups, whereas Regisaur is better against the control decks. Jeskai and Esper, I think our matchups in those places are better with Regisaur than they are with Scraggan. So this is, like a lot of the decks in this format, you basically kind of pick what you're interested in beating and what you're interested in, like, having a slightly worse matchup against, and then you can kind of tune and hedge and make small decisions accordingly. So if you're looking for a monster style deck, I think this core is very reasonable. It's not that far off of a lot of other shells in the thing. Thanks, Goo. All right, what are we doing? Teamer card next.